Hello, and welcome to a room. Today, I have decided to work on my Captain 3 cosplay, which I decided to do, and I'm now working on it just like a month before con. I'm wearing it to con. So, I'm going to do the tentacles, but I already agreed I wasn't going to do any sewing or anything for it because I'm learning how to sew, and that doesn't seem like an easy first thing to do. But I know some people do like wigs with paper, so I was like, okay, what if I just make the tentacles out of paper? See, now the thing is that I was gonna do whatever I was gonna have to do today, and then get home and then work on it immediately, record it, have like stuff to do. And then I quite literally info dumped about Dream SMP to someone for 5 hours straight. So, it's 10 p.m. right now. I've already taped together the pieces of paper that I'm going to, do the stuff with. Yeah. See, I got cardstock, but we only have, like, light gray cardstock for some reason. So, that'll just have to work. I don't think that's gonna mess up the paint or anything. It's, like, weird, but it looks fine to me. These might not be durable. These might not be long-lasting. I was gonna set up a camera so you could see what I'm doing, but I tried and it didn't work, so I don't know what to do with that. Wait. Idea. The idea didn't work. This is gonna be the underside. I'm gonna start with the underside. Actually, this works out a little better than just plain white, because the inklings, the white part of the tentacles aren't fully white. It's like an off-whitish gray.
Here I am drawing. I am drawing the tentacles.
Alright, cutting time with my dull scissors. These are the scissors I used to cut the bangs on that one wig, the first wig that was really terrible. Yeah, these are these scissors.
Here I am cutting. I am cutting out the tentacles that I just drew on the cardstock. Here, I am trying to add a 3D aspect to the tentacles by layering pieces of cardstock on top of each other. You will find out later, I abandoned this idea.
It's a new day. So, I have got the top layer, and I was going to like tape on the spots that are like see-through or whatever for the thing. And then I realized that taping it was like way too much work, so I'm not doing that. I'm just going to paint on with this really watery white that I have and see if that works. I have a sponge to do that little spongy effect. I don't know if it's gonna work yet. I've got my like brushes that I've had since I was 4 years old and some acrylic paint. I want to paint this.
Here, I am painting the tentacles. I am painting them yellow, green, and purple. And later, I will paint white spots on them. I use a sponge to blend the purple and green.
So, I've decided on this one.
No, you didn't.
This one.
No.
This way to do it. Gluing it to the underside of it opposed to gluing it on top.
You didn't do that.
That's my hot glue gun.
You only do that to the top tentacles.
Try this out.
Here I am struggling to figure out how to glue the two sides of the tentacle together. I did not end up doing this for the hippie tentacles, unlike what someone said, because I don't think it would have turned out very well. Here you can see the sun goes down very quickly in time-lapse. I did not record the rest of the tentacle making, but I do have a few pictures, and I will tell a story. After painting the tentacles, I coated them in Mod Podge and let them dry. Pretty much, they sat the whole month while I worked on other things. when it came time to attach them to the wig, I used safety pins to attach the top of the tentacles to the wig wefts. I did have to do a quick surgery on the day of con right before I left because the tentacles were uncomfortable. I had to cut around the ears so that the earphones could actually sit on my ears. Though I'm going to be honest, they also sort of didn't because of the wig hair itself. Now, we have a moment of peace and quiet. I am to announce that the next segment consists of the Inkling Beak. I do regret to inform you that though it was in my bag to wear for pictures at the con, I didn't know it and didn't wear the teeth at all. Though it took me the longest time out of any of this. Here I am melting the plastic and shaping it and molding it to my teeth. I will put the tutorial I used for this in the description, though I will recommend that maybe you shouldn't use as much plastic as 2 full teaspoons for one either top or bottom teeth. You will see me exit the room to heat up the water again. You are supposed to use the plastic that you have already melted and molded to your teeth to make the points of the beak, but for the most part, I just added more plastic for the points of the beak. Though I will say that sort of led to blending complications. This took the span of multiple days. The main issue that I had was that the top teeth would suction into my teeth, and it would be very hard to get them off. The second main issue was that some of the plastic melted too fast, and some did not melt very fast. So some of it deformed when I tried to melt the parts that would not melt very fast. The third main problem was that the teeth were too bulky, but of course, I was only wearing them for pictures anyway, if I had known they were in my bag. Why did I do that? Here you can see me filing down the points of the beak. Now, I will say this was the original plan, but it was not very efficient, and I kind of recommend molding the teeth more while it is hot, and not leaving so much extra to file down. Next time, I will try to not use as much plastic, so maybe it will be easier to melt everything evenly, and also file it down less. The person in the video, if I remember correctly, said that the filing took them only about an hour. For me, it took many painstaking hours, so I really don't recommend doing it however I did it, but somewhat more to the original tutorial. Well, whatever happened there was certainly absurd, but from now on, things should be plain. Where are you going? Is that a file? That is a rusty file. Do not put that on the teeth. You are putting that. Shut up about the thumbnail pose! You just pulled out a whole file! Do not do that! You are putting that in your mouth! Oh, okay, well, we're back to the regular. No! Yes, you've broken it, you idiot. I regret to inform the audience that I do not know what is going on anymore. Here are the teeth, and here are the teeth again!
Okay, so now I'm about to make the headphones. I have headphones already. I'm going to put covers, like paper covers or something over like the headphones for Captain 3's headphones. But I'm really quite busy at the moment, and I don't think recording is going to work out that well, because, you know, recording the process kind of makes it take just a little bit longer, and also, I'm not sure how good the angle is going to be, so I'm just not going to record it, and I'm just going to tell you, like, what happens, I guess, what you need to know.
I have decided to turn on the fan in the studio. Now, to start off with the headphone covers, I had to search up how to fold a cone in Safari, then proceeded to watch the YouTube video in Safari. I then folded the cones and trimmed them, cutting them down so they can be placed on the headband securely and well. I then made sure I knew which one went on the right side and the left side by putting a convenient R and L on the corresponding headphone covers. Then I painted them yellow and black and let them dry to paint the blue dots on top of it. I then pondered how I would attach the headphone covers to the headphones without hot gluing them on. I decided to take one of the loom bands that I used for loom bracelets and to hot glue it onto the inside of the headphone cover, then attach it to the headphone by pulling the loom band over the headphone and onto the headband of the headphone to secure it. And that actually worked perfectly. It was then time for the hat. I started by shoving the top tentacles into this arm cuff I got off of AliExpress. I know this doesn't show in Captain 3's design, but it does resemble the ponytail holder in the top knot hairstyle. This is the captain hat that I got off of Amazon for this cosplay. I then put 2 safety pins through the base of the tentacles and connected them through the top of the hat. This did prove to be unstable, so I rolled up Scotch tape to secure it. After securing the tentacles to the hat, I then had to secure the hat to the headband of the headphones. At this point, I was in a little bit of a rush, so I did what I could only think of. I put Scotch tape down as a base on both the headphones and the hat. I then hot glued it together on the Scotch tape, and it stayed. This headpiece was very uncomfortable and very unstable, but it works. If I do this cosplay again, I will be optimizing the headset. The final piece of this cosplay that I will be showing you is the outfit. Though it wasn't the last thing that I worked on, I don't think you want me to tell you my order of things I worked on, because I did everything but the tentacles the week before con. The base outfit I had to customize a little bit because it is summer, and I am not wearing a sweatshirt to con. Instead, I just gave up on the black underneath that Captain 3 wears and the leggings, and went for gym shorts and a big gray t-shirt. Then it was time for the cover-up thingy. Keep in mind, I haven't sewn anything before. This was my first sewing project. I thought it'd be easy enough since it was supposed to look raggedy. And, well, it was easy enough. I did go through trial and error, of course, but most of that was with me figuring out how my sewing machine worked. Before sewing, though, I had to make my own pattern, which didn't occur in my mind until I was going to buy the fabric. Making the pattern was simple enough once I realized that I had to flip it over in order to see how the front and back would be viewed. This was my eventual mock-up that I used to create the physical pattern. To create the physical pattern, I went into the kitchen and found the wax paper. I then freehanded the pattern on the wax paper with Sharpie without measurements. And it worked, so yeah. I cut the pattern out and wore it on myself to make sure it would fit. Then I cut the pattern up, attached it to the fabric, cut it, sewed it, and pressed it. And voila! There it is! I won't lie to you when I tell you this is my favorite part of the cosplay. Now that I have explained pretty much everything, back to you!
Okay, so quite frankly, I don't have much time. Oh my gosh, the hat fell! This is a disaster. So, I'm leaving tomorrow for con, and it is already late. So obviously, you know, I rushed this very much. So, I also have to edit this video before
You didn't edit this video until a month after!
You know, then I won't have room on my phone to record at con. But obviously, you know, I do have a couple issues with this. I did put it on not with makeup because I don't have time for that, obviously. I do have some issues with this. Obviously, if you can't tell, this is very tight. I have a wig cap on, a wig, headphones, and a hat. And the hat won't stay on. I'll have to find a way to attach it to the headband. Also, I couldn't find a good recording place, so you get to look at my messy room. Definitely, first thing that comes off, if any of this, is the headphones. They are very tight, and also they, you know, hamper this. So the bangs, I do not have time to cut a wig. And this is like, it's fine. A cloak thing, obviously, and I have a gray shirt and some shorts on. Obviously,
Stop saying obviously!
It's summertime, and I'm not one to burn up. You know, at con, definitely get to show this off all together more, and I'll find a way to make this better. Thank you so much for watching and seeing the process. Goodbye!
Bye!